Hello, everyone, and welcome to our family meeting. We're going to get started here in just a second. There's so many incredible people jumping in the waiting room. Hello,
Hello.
Brittany. Okay, if you guys are jumping in, say hello and let me know where you're tuning in from. I know we're going to
Hello.
have lots of new faces tonight, and I actually might be a new face to some of you guys as well. Okay, just so you guys know, we have Roland, who is apparently our AI meeting notes taker. So I guess he's our artificial intelligence robot that's going to take notes for us. Ooh, look at all these awesome people from all over the place, Missouri, Illinois, New York. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All of our friends on the East Coast that were affected by the hurricane. My Louisiana heart is with you guys. We're praying for you guys. I know exactly what that feels like to live in hurricane land. So we're going to get started here in just a second as I have Stacy helping me with the waiting room and the admin. As you guys know, Jordan and Kristen evacuated themselves. And so they are spending their last night in the Blue Ridge Mountains as they travel back home. They finally got electricity, finally have grocery stores that have food and gas that have gas stations. And so it is my honor to fill in with them tonight and see so many new faces here in the Freedom People family meeting. So I'm so excited to be with you guys. All right, Stacey, I'm going to let you just worry about the waiting room. I'm going to get rocking and rolling because we have a lot to cover. How's everybody feeling? Good? Do we all need to take a collective deep breath? I'm seeing some head shakes, so we're good. You guys are resilient. So let me introduce myself first, and then I have some awesome things to share with you guys, some updates, and then also we have some guest speakers that are going to share some stories with you guys tonight as well. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Courtney Davis, and I live here in South Louisiana. So yes, you'll hear my accent. But my team and some of my friends like to call me Coach Kiki, because when I get fired up, I start yelling, and I'm going to help you believe in yourself and drive you to achieving your dreams. So if I start ripping off the sweatshirt in a little while, you guys know that Coach Kiki has shown up and we're in for a treat. So I have been in network marketing for about 7 years. This will be my third company. And with both of my first companies, my first and my second company, I had great success, built, several multi-million-dollar teams there. And then, of course, when Justin Prince was ready to launch Make Wellness, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that this is where I was going to be and call my home as I build my legacy business. I had the honor and the privilege of meeting Jordan and Kristen and Madison and Tyler in our last business. And as you guys know, if you know them well, that they are just my people, right? Like it wasn't about the rank, it wasn't about the accomplishments. It was literally when our souls connected, we knew that we were right for each other. And so we've maintained a friendship and just dreamed of the day when we could work together. And here we are at Make Wellness, and I'm just so honored to be a part of this team. And if we haven't met, I hope to meet each and every one of you guys in person, hopefully in Orlando or at our event in March in Dallas. So I want to share with you guys a couple of updates. Number one, huge congratulations. Can we just like drop in the comments like congratulations, pat on the back, clapping hands, fire emojis. We just are wrapping up our second multi-million-dollar day here at Make Wellness. Like I want that to sink in for just a second, okay? You are not only a part of the biggest network marketing launch ever in like the history of network marketing, okay? We just closed out our second multi-million-dollar day. Now, I know that seems kind of weird because we're like, wait, there's no money being exchanged yet, right? But you guys, we are on track to be the biggest network marketing launch in the history of this business, okay? And so I really want to just stop for a second and have a moment of gratitude and have a moment of like realization, because if you're like me and you're a worker and you're a performer and you're driving towards your goals, sometimes we forget to stop and like embrace the moment, right? We forget to take the moments to just recognize the accomplishment of what actually just happened, and that you guys were the ones that were visionaries, that were brave enough and had enough courage to say yes to be at the beginning, right? So I start off that with the win because you guys, this is a huge win. Was it a little bumpy yesterday? Absolutely. Is it going to continue to be a little bumpy? Heck yes. Okay. So I shared in my live in the corporate page today that I'm not somebody that's ever going to gaslight or sugarcoat it. Like entrepreneurship is hard. Growth is hard. Launching the next biggest network marketing business and company in the industry is hard. And we're going to have some challenges. But you're here tonight because you were built for hard things. And you're here tonight because you see the vision of what's to come. And you're here tonight because you said, you know what? Even though it's hard and even though it's rocky and even though I got locked out or I didn't get a box or whatever that might be, I'm committed to the long game because I see the vision of Make Wellness. And I said yes, because here's the truth. When we start to have feelings, when we start to go through adversity, when we start to encounter challenges, it's always very important to remind ourselves of the truth. So I'm going to give you guys the 3 truths that I'm holding on to right now. Anytime things go bad, anytime I'm feeling a little tired, anytime I'm feeling fatigued, I remind myself that we have the trifecta. Somebody drop trifecta in the chat. We have the right people, we have the right products, and the absolute perfect positioning. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. So if I didn't give you goosebumps and Coach Kiki's about to get into high gear, okay? We have the right people, the right products, and the perfect positioning for the marketplace. If you've had any conversations with any practitioners, health and wellness doctors, integrative wellness practitioners, OBGYNs, pharmacists, dietitians, anyone in the medical field, they will tell you that these products are perfectly positioned in the marketplace, okay? And so with that, we know that it is going to be insane over these next couple of months, right? Justin gave the analogy yesterday of, ordering the founders boxes and anticipating, how many people are going to pre-enroll or not pre-enroll. First of all, when something like this is happening, there's always going to be challenges and opposition. But who would have thought that companies like Rodan and Fields would have pivoted the way they did? Who would have thought that companies like Beachbody, even just a week or 2 ago, would have pivoted the way that they did? Okay. So if that doesn't give you more clarity on why you need to be a part of Make Wellness as we shift the industry, as we pivot the industry, as we create this new modern environment for the modern affiliate and the modern networker, my friends, you're in the right place at the right time. Okay. So I say all that to start off with some wins because I think we did a pretty dang good job yesterday considering all of the growth, all of the people trying to get in at one time, all of the given circumstances. As hard as it was and as difficult as it is, I wanted to start tonight to say, we're winning, right? Even though it doesn't feel like it at times, we're winning and growth is hard. So I wanted to give you guys just a couple of little updates. So I already said we're on our second $1 million day. As Justin said, trying to target this launch or forecast how many people were going to pre-enroll or get involved in the business was like trying to fly an airliner 30,000 feet at 50 miles an hour, right? You're like trying to be at the right height, trying to not be too high, trying not to be too low, trying to not go too fast, trying not to go too slow, and hit the target. So with all that being said, there are still founders boxes left. So if you have people that are still struggling to get in, if they haven't necessarily got their email, we know that the systems and the rollout were a little wonky. Be rest assured that they can still go in and pre-reserve their box. Okay, so I want to walk you guys through those steps on what you do in case you're someone on here that wasn't able to do anything. Okay, so the couple of things that you need to remember is that everyone who's pre-enrolled needs to activate their account by the 31st. Okay, so somebody drop October 31st in the comments. You don't want it, you actually really need to do it by the 30th because we know you're going to be trick-or-treating on the 31st, or maybe not. We don't really love trick-or-treating in my family, but Halloween is a holiday. So if you're planning to go out and hand out candy, then you want to make sure you activate your account before, okay? Those of us that invested in a founder's box, your card will be charged and processed on the 28th. Now, you are going to have an opportunity to go in. I know a big question we've been getting is, hey, I didn't enter my social security number. I didn't enter my EIN number. I didn't figure out how I'm going to get paid. All of that is coming, and we are committed to continuing that communication from here on out until the 28th and the 30th and the 31st. But I want to make sure that we're messaging to our teams, everyone on this call and in all of your chats, that everyone that is pre-enrolled must at least activate their account by the 31st. Now, if you choose not to invest in the Founders Box, that's okay. You will still have access to sell to customers on November 16th, okay? There's going to be a little bit of a window where you have to wait, but you'll have access to sell to your customers. Maria just asked in the chat, what if you can't order the Founders Box? That's okay. You can still be an affiliate and you'll still be able to have access to customers on the 16th, okay? Now, for all of our people that are on our team that pre-enrolled, and maybe they're just in this space where they're like, you know what, this sounds great and I'm cheering you on, but I don't necessarily want to be an affiliate anymore, and I got pre-enrolled on your team, no worries. If they don't activate their account by the 31st, then they will simply just drop into your customer organization, get a customer pod, and then they can simply just order through the website, okay? So I just wanted to kind of walk through that and remind you guys. Now, if you still haven't activated your account, how can you do that? You will either get an email or a text from Make Wellness, or you can log into your back office that you had when you pre-enrolled, which is office.makewellness.com. And maybe one of my awesome leaders can drop that in the chat for our friends that maybe don't know what the website is. You're simply going to log in and you're going to click the button that says activate my account. At that point, it's going to give you an option to either activate your account and become an affiliate for free. Remember, there's no charge, or pre-reserve your Founders Box. Now, I want to make one side note that yesterday and today, as we're all pre-reserving our Founders Boxes, that is no guarantee that you will get a box. Now, I'm saying that as a disclaimer because I don't want anybody to come back and say, Courtney said I was going to get a box, okay? However, I will tell you, we are in a very healthy position, okay? We're in a very healthy position. So it's likely that if you've already pre-reserved your box, you're on the list and you're going to get one, okay? Like, we haven't sold out, we haven't ran out of inventory, and we still have quite a bit left. So even your people that haven't necessarily reserved their box, you can encourage them to still go and upgrade their affiliate account and then reserve their box. Okay, so that was kind of the updates, which, by the way, I know some of you guys have looked in your back office and you've seen that you have an extra 25,000 affiliates, right? I mean, come on, is that awesome? We were like, please run commissions right now, right? So that obviously is a little glitch. They're working on it. They're going to be able to give us clarity, hopefully tomorrow. I know Bob's latest update was like, we're going to try to get all of the reports back up and running. We're going to try to give, they know about all the little glitches. Just know that if you enrolled either through the email or the text, or you went into your back office and officially enrolled, then you are in the right place. Everybody's attached where they're supposed to be. You're exactly where, you did the exact system that you're supposed to be. So no stress. We're going to make it through this. One last thing I do want to remind you before I give you guys a couple of tips, and then we're going to invite some people to share some stories, is remember that we have now closed pre-enrollment. Okay, so pre-enrollment is done. So anyone that actually enrolls with you now with your link is enrolling to be an affiliate. So they don't have to necessarily upgrade their account because they're enrolling with you as an affiliate. So if you've been having conversations with people and they're not sure whether they should be an affiliate or a customer, the way I break it down for my team is very simple. If you would like to build a business and earn commissions, then I invite you to go through the process and enroll as an affiliate. If you would like to try Make Wellness products, share with some friends, and maybe get some free product, then you need to enroll as a customer, okay? So we wanna make sure we're having really high-level conversations and we're not enrolling people that should be customers as affiliates, because I'm just telling you that it doesn't work. Like, you want people on your team who are affiliates, because because what happens, let me just tell you, because I've done it before by accident, is they get on my team hoping and praying that they're going to work this as a business. They feel awkward, you feel awkward, they sit at zero, and they stop using the products altogether, okay? So this is a chance for a really clean start and to say, hey, I'm so excited you're interested in Make Wellness. I have two paths for you to choose. One, if you're interested in earning money and sharing Make Wellness products and earning commissions, then here's my link and you can enroll as an affiliate. Or if you simply want to try Make Wellness products, share with a couple of friends, and maybe earn some free products, I'm going to add you to my VIP list right now. And as soon as my link goes live for customers, you will be the first to know. Okay. So that is the way that I'm positioning every interaction that I have. And some of you might have lead captures. Some of you guys, listen, I am not fancy. I am living proof that you do not have to have this business worked out to be successful. Up until like 2 weeks ago when Stacey Sullivan built me my first lead capture, I used the note section on my phone, okay? And I had two lists, one for affiliates and one for customers. So, and I built a multi-million-dollar organization, was the top of the company. So if you're on here saying, well, I don't know if I have what it takes to build this business, let me reassure you that absolutely you do. You do not have to have it all figured out. Simply just put them to the list. And then once you get your link, your customer link, you can send it to them and they can become your customer. Okay. So as we move into pre-launch, we're out of pre-enrollment, we're into pre-launch. Remember that we're leading up to our official company launch in March. So what are you going to need during pre-launch? You're going to need some grit. You're going to need some determination. You're going to need some perseverance. You're going to need some adaptability, right? I always say in this business that we are professional pivoters. How many of you guys feel like already in day 2 of pre-launch, you're like, I'm a professional pivoter. We're getting an email. Oh, pivot. No, never mind. Go and enroll in your back office. Okay, no worries. We're going to pivot, right? So that's just part of entrepreneurship. And so I want to encourage you that, again, why did you say yes to this business? Why did you say yes to Make Wellness? Because you need more income. You need to pay off debt. You need grocery money. You want to save for retirement. You want to pay for your kids' college education or their private school. Or let's be honest, you need extra money to put a tank of gas in your car. Okay. So in order to achieve that dream and to follow that long game, long-term vision throughout growth mode, you're going to have to be a pivoter. You're going to have to be a professional pivoter. Okay. And each of us as leaders are going to do everything we can to continue updating you and inspiring you and reminding you to stay in a positive mindset. How many of you guys, let me ask this question, would like to build a team here at Make Wellness? I want you to drop a 1 in the chat if you want to build a team. Okay. If you want to build a team, here is some secret sauce advice. You attract what you are. Okay. Enthusiasm, excitement, and abundance is free. So if you want to attract people that are abundant and excited and positive, and oh, hold on, Amy's requesting to start meeting questions. Amy, that is a new thing. I don't know. I'm going to decline, Amy, because I'm not sure how to manage meeting questions. So, and this is Jordan Kristen Zoom. So they must have like the Mac Daddy fancy schmancy Zoom, because I've never seen the meeting questions before. So if you want to attract people into this business, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? That's a very overused saying, but it's true. If I'm negative and I'm complaining and I'm frustrated, which listen, we're all human, okay? I had to put my phone down 30 minutes yesterday and go be with my baby girl and cook some dinner and make some brownies to where I reset my mind and got back in the right headspace to attract the right people. My team's depending on me to be level set, right? And so I want to encourage you that as we go through this pre-launch, let's see, somebody drop yes in the chat if I'm good and I'm not glitching, because all of you guys are frozen. And so, okay, we're good. I'm going to just keep rolling. Y'all, some of y'all have smiles. Some of y'all look a little scared. Some of y'all have a thumbs up. We're not sure. I know I'm a little scary if you've never heard from me before. But so in this pre-launch phase, we're going to commit to being in an abundant mindset. We're going to be professional pivoters, and we're going to have the long game, right? I shared this with my team last week that Justin Prince is a dear friend of mine. He's a mentor of mine for several years, but he's become a family friend. Him and my husband are friends. My family and went and traveled to Utah in August and spent a week with their family. And, you know, one of the things that impressed me the most about Justin is that whether he's on top, making all the money in the world and leading a massive amount of people, he's as even as it comes. And then I watched him walk through the biggest challenge and the biggest adversity that anybody can imagine, right? Everything he had built was stripped from him in an instant, and he never wavered. You guys, we are sailing into uncharted waters. We are navigating into uncharted waters, but our captain is as steady as it comes. And when you're going into this long game, we're not building a short-term business. He's not putting all his chips on red for Make Wellness for a 3-month or a 6-month business, right? We're here for the long game. One of my favorite things that he said over these last couple of weeks is, I didn't come to participate, we came to dominate. If that doesn't fire you up, like, we're here to dominate the industry, and not in an egotistical way, but in a way of like, we know that the industry that has served so many people for so many years is in disarray, and we get to be the solution. We get to be the solution. So one of my leaders asked me a while ago, how's Justin? You know, because it was a little rocky yesterday. I said, girl, he's as cool as a cucumber. He is navigating the ship, putting all of the pieces together, gathering the generals and the troops, working tirelessly behind the scenes. And so I want you guys to be confident in that, right? I want you to be confident in the rock solid, steady leadership. Like Justin didn't come to lose. Okay. I said this earlier in my life. Winners win, losers lose, cheaters cheat, liars lie. And guess what? We're here to win. I'm a winner. The Kimbers are a winner. The Vinings are winners. Jordan's a winner. Justin's a winner. And you guys are winners. So winners take grit. Winners have determination. And winners are adaptable when the seas and the rocky waters come. Guess what? We're going to be in this all together. So are you with me? Are we together? Yes. We're going to be on this ship and we're going to sail into Make Wellness. Hey, I just realized that I used the making waves analogy and I didn't even realize I was going to. That was clever. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys just 3 quick tips. It's actually 4. I added a 4th. So we're going to do 4, okay? Stick with me. I know in like public speaking, you're supposed to do 3 or 5, but I broke the rules and we're going to go with 4. Okay, so what can you do to set yourself up for success through this pre-launch, okay? 1, I want you guys to commit, and you guys can drop these in the chat. I want you to commit to your self-care and your self-development, okay? I shared on the live, if you didn't get to watch it today, that I woke up this morning to like 197 text messages, okay? My Facebook Messenger was like even more than that, okay? Before I answered anybody, before I responded to anybody, I put my little headphones in and I went for a walk, and guess who I listened to? Jamie Kern Lima. Believe it. I'm like, yes, girl, I believe it with you. I believe in the vision. We're going to get through Make Wellness. We're just riding the waves, okay? Like I had to pump myself up. So when I get into my messenger and I see some negative Nancy's, then I am in the right headspace to be able to serve them and support them, okay? So I want you to make sure that you're taking care of your self-care and your self-development, right? If you need to go for a walk, if you need to work out, if you need to get a little massage, if you need to play with your dogs outside for 30 minutes to just get those endorphins flowing through pre-launch, okay? Because remember, it's going to be a little wavy and rocky. Then I want you to do that. All right, so number 1, commit to your self-care and your self-development. Number 2, I want you to commit to every day pouring out and serving, okay? This was such a beautiful reminder of this yesterday, that yet whenever everything was going crazy and we had been waiting 472 hours for our emails to enroll, and my phone was blowing up and everyone was confused and I was confused because I'm trying to like steer my own little team ship. Guess what I did? Put my phone on Do Not Disturb, went and cooked dinner with my baby girl, made some brownies, and it just reset me. It refreshed me. I poured into her, right? So you can go and like pour into your garden. You can go and like pour into people on social media. You can like love on your husband, because Lord knows they're going to need a little extra loving throughout this pre-launch process because mama's busy, okay? Got to make sure daddy's taken care of so he can clean the dishes while I'm on a Zoom call, okay? So make sure you're pouring and serving. When we get out of self, that opens our lens to remind us that, oh, okay, it's not always going to be this way. It's not that bad. Oh, we like are out of stock of a product, which will probably happen. Uh-oh, the shipping didn't charge. Okay, that already happened. Uh-oh, my person's in Alabama and they're doing the drop down thing and no Alabama showing. Okay, that happened again yesterday, right? So when I'm pouring and I'm serving others, it gets me out of the problem and reminds me that I'm up to a bigger game. Yes? All right, number 3, learn new skills. You guys, I cannot stress this enough. How many of you guys would admit by saying me in the comments that today you were like, okay, I woke up this morning and I'm like, what do I do from a Make Wellness business? Like, my people can't enroll. I don't know if I should like keep enrolling people because like, are they going to figure this out? Like, question mark. Okay. So right now is when you need to learn a new skill. Go clean up your social media. Go figure out how to do Instagram stories. Go figure out how to create a TikTok. When I started in this business 7 years ago, I didn't even know how to copy and paste on my phone. Actually, I still have trouble sometimes. Okay. Stacy and other people that I surround myself with make me look good, but I'm really not that smart. Okay. So go learn a new skill. Maybe it's, I need to learn how to do a lead capture. Maybe it's, I need to learn how to do a live video or to do a story. Maybe some of you on here are the first time on and doing affiliate marketing and you don't even know how to do that. That's okay. This is the time that you want to learn while things are kind of, I don't want to say slow because they're not slow, but we're not like every day building businesses as far as for like getting customers and servicing customers and enrolling people. Like right now, go and learn a new skill. I cannot stress that enough. And then lastly, build platforms, content, and relationships. Sister, if you have 2 hours that normally you would be, you know, I don't know, coaching your team or leading your team right now, go film 2 hours of content that you can use over the next 2 months, okay? Go build your platform, go engage with new people, build new relationships, have new conversations, because you might not ever get this pre-launch time back. Well, you won't get this pre-launch time back, but you might not ever get these little lulls in your business back that you might have right now, okay? So I'm gonna challenge you guys to really go and execute and build and take this time and use it wisely as we move into our launch, okay? So are you with me? Drop I'm with you in the comments. And then as you guys have quickly learned, I have 2 volumes, loud and yelling, okay? So know that you're in good company and I love you guys if my volume is a level 10, okay? So now I want to introduce you guys to a couple of special guests from my team that I want to share. They're going to share with you on a couple of different topics for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. I'll answer any questions you guys might have, and then we'll close. So this first person is actually new to my team. I've actually never met her before than in Make Wellness, and she's going to share with you guys tonight about resilience. She's not new to network marketing. She's overcome a lot of adversity, and every time I turn around, she is close to the fire. What does that mean? I see her on our leaders boards. I see her in our chats. I see her in our team page. I see her commenting. I see her answering questions for people, okay? Even if you do this business part-time, you can be close to the fire and make a lot of waves in your business, okay? So the most successful people are the people who are dialed in. And so it's my pleasure and my honor to welcome Dixie Fales. I hope I'm saying that right, Dixie. It might be Falls, but I've said Fales. I'm gonna let you come off mute and correct me if you need.
Yeah, it is Fells. And you know, my husband always had the joke that his middle name is Never. That was his pickup line.
Right? Oh, there you go. Never failed.
Hey, it worked. We've been married 20 years, so. But yeah, so I'll take over. You know, thank you so much. You know, it's an honor to actually be on here to be able to talk with all of you guys. And I just want to share a little bit of my story so that you can really understand why, you know, I really chose to speak with you guys about resilience. So, you know, I've been in network marketing for 18 years. I have 3 kids, raised my sister. And when I started network marketing, it was when my oldest son, my very first child, was born. And what really kind of got me to see the vision of what network marketing could do is when he was born, I found myself in the back of a Mary Kay room nursing my son. And all I heard the entire time with the women up in front, I mean, a lot of them talked about those pink Cadillacs. I'm sure you guys know that with Mary Kay, but all I heard was freedom. I wanted freedom to be a mom because that was my ultimate goal. But I was working what we called a DuPont schedule. My husband and I were on the same schedule where we rotated between days and nights. And what it came down to is we would come off of night shifts. We worked 12 hours, we're gone 14 hours, and we would flip a coin to determine who gets to go to bed and who has to stay up with the baby. And that was like my pivotal moment where I was like, I will find a way out of my career. I will find a way to be a mom first. And then, you know, part of
Uh-oh. You got muted, Dixie.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, perfect.
Perfect. So anyways, back to my story, you guys, like we had to flip a coin. Who gets to sleep? Who has to stay up with the baby? And that was my pivotal moment where I will not do this for the rest of my life. I will be a mom first and I will figure out the rest after. And, you know, so you fast forward, you guys, I've been doing this for 18 years. And over that time, you guys, there were many challenges, there were obstacles. And I will tell you, there were more than I can count close to quitting moments where I wanted to throw the towel in. I wanted to be done. And, you know, as I'm thinking about what can I talk to you guys about, what is one word that you can repeat to yourself over and over and it will remind you why you're fighting this good fight here with Make Wellness. And it was resilience. You know, so I landed with Justin Prince about 7.5 years ago. We don't have time for that story. Courtney, you covered that. Like, he's the man. We've got a great captain. But I had to keep thinking about, like, what in the world kept me in this game for so long? Because as my husband said, he would have quit a long time ago. You guys, I have grit and I am tenacious, but the one thing is I have resilience. If I have a vision, and if you can lock on to what you really want, nothing, you can't let that grip go, right? So it really all comes down to resilience, to really being able to move yourself forward. So what I want to instill with you guys right now, and I want you to understand that in order to succeed, not just here in Make Wellness, we're talking about your entire life, relationships, personal life, your business, is you have to be resilient in the face of adversity and obstacles and things thrown in your way that are going to make you take a different path. But there's a big difference between what you do during the time of those obstacles. And right now, you guys, we're in a season of growth. Courtney told you we're going to have a lot of stuff coming our way. We're going to have a lot of things that will make us want to throw the towel in. Trust me, it happens all the time. But what we have to understand is that during these obstacles and these setbacks, when they arise, the key here with resilience, it's not just about pushing through. You know, it's not about working harder, getting through it harder, but we have to learn how to adapt and grow stronger because of these obstacles. Because if you go through these hard times and you're fighting, we're making sacrifices of time. Like, there's a lot of things that we're like, do I really want to be doing this? If we do not learn and adapt through it, if we do not find, you know, like, if we don't learn from this and we don't have a lesson, then what good was that obstacle? So in the moments of challenges, you guys, it's important to shift the focus from the setback. I can't log in, my card's not working, my link's not working. Like, don't focus on that, right? We want to really learn from the lesson itself. What are we going to learn from it? So we're going to embrace being resilient during this time of growth and pre-launch and launching with Make Wellness, and know that we're not just surviving these tough moments. We are not surviving through this. We are actually going to use these to fuel our growth, to sharpen our skills, and to really stay aligned with our long-term vision. If I did not stay aligned, I would have quit many moons ago. 18 years is a long time with a lot of obstacles and a lot of failures. So you guys remember, it's not about falling down. It's about how quickly you can rise and adjust from these. So I'm going to leave this with you. Resilience. It's built by changing and shifting our perspective and embracing the growth that comes with it. And the first step, you guys, I'm going to give you 2 little steps and then we're going to pass it on, is when you need to take a moment to be able to reframe the obstacle. And I want you guys to drop this in the chat, write it down on a piece of paper. You need to ask yourself this every single time. It's a very simple question. What will I learn from this? Because then you will be able to start answering that, and it's going to challenge. It's going to transform that challenge into an opportunity. And the second step is, no matter what, take small, consistent actions. Do not let it freeze you in fear. We're going to talk about that. We've got some other great stuff coming on that. Don't let it freeze you in fear. Continue to move slowly. Continue to create that progress, because momentum is the key in overcoming any of these obstacles. And that's ultimately what's going to fuel your resilience, is by continuing to push forward, keeping your eye on the big vision, and understanding that all of this, there is a lesson to be learned from it. And that's what's going to make you a stronger, bigger, more compassionate leader in this business.
So good, Dixie. Exactly what we all needed to hear. You guys show her some love in the chat. Resilience, right? That's going to be the theme right now. And I love, you know, as you were speaking, it reminded me of how Justin paints the picture for us of, like, dream, struggle, victory, right? We all have big dreams. And right now we're all tapping into that dream of Make Wellness and that freedom that Dixie mentioned. And we all know, I already said it, we're here to win. We're going to have a big victory. But most of us want a little bitty struggle in the middle, right? So the dream and the struggle and the victory are equal, right? We have to go through the struggle. And then the way to get through the struggle is with resilience. So such a great reminder, Dixie, as we're entering this pre-launch phase. Okay, next up is a dear friend of mine and a girl who has very quickly been my right-hand man, sidekick, keep me in straight chick. I want to introduce you guys to Stacy Sullivan, and I love what she's going to share tonight about fear. How many of you guys drop a 1 in the chat if you've experienced a little bit of fear in this business, like a little bit of fear of what people think, a little bit of fear of can I do this? And so, Stacy, come on and share with us your story on how you have overcame fear in this industry.
All right. I want to make sure that you're going to let people in because we still have people coming in. Okay. All righty. Hi, everybody. I'm so honored to be here with you. I am Stacy Sullivan, and I'm going to share, like Courtney said, some tools about overcoming fear and the battlefield of the mind. So quick background, I am a wife of 23 years. I am a mom to 2 college-age kids, and I own a luxury wedding photography company here in Southwest Florida. So when I was introduced to our industry 10 years ago, I mostly joined out of FOMO. I had zero belief. I had very low self-confidence. I was definitely not all in. And I really let judgment and people's opinions cripple me in the beginning. So really quick, I want to just take us back to 2015 so you can kind of get into my headspace with me. Social selling wasn't as cool as it is now. Okay. So as I said yes to this, I was trying to kind of keep my businesses separate. So my photography business was over here and my network marketing was over here because I just really didn't know how my wedding industry colleagues would respond to it. And here's what happened that year. I actually had my best year to date at that time, but my colleagues judged me and they thought I was broke because I started my network marketing company. They thought I was failing. Some thought that I was quitting. And worst of all, as they were talking about me behind my back. So I was pretty crushed. And my confidence wasn't great, but it kind of plummeted during that time. And so I knew I needed to check myself. And I keep this card from my husband. He sent me flowers when I was feeling super low. It says, "Who gives a hoot what they say?" I don't know if y'all can see that. It's kind of dirty because it's been on my desk for 9 years. But it was a very pivotal moment for me. And I knew that I needed to figure it out. So first, their response, the wedding industry people, part of it is their own limiting beliefs, right? But I also realized that a lot of it was my own belief, my lack of belief. And what do we all know about belief? Is that belief transfers. So like it transfers when you're sharing on social media and you're excited and you're sharing boldly. And it also transfers when you're hiding behind product graphics and you're just staying in your comfort zone and you're not showing your face, right? That's a low belief and it transfers. So my question to you right now that I'd love for you to ask yourself, and I'd love for you to type belief in the chat, is what are you believing about yourself and your business right now? And what belief are you really transferring to other people when you share about this industry, about what you're up to and your life in general? If you're feeling a little stuck, I just want to encourage you. There is hope. You can overcome fear. You can overcome the battlefield of the mind because all of these things just come from our own thoughts, just what's in between our ears. And we have control of that. I know a lot of us come from limiting beliefs, negative thoughts. Maybe that was the dialogue you had in your family growing up, but you have the power to shift that all by yourself. So I want you to write down these 3 words: mindset, belief, and action. These are the 3 words that I check myself against on the regular to keep myself just balanced. And what I would love for you to all ask yourself right now about mindset is, are you strong enough in your mindset to overcome challenges, to solve problems, to not get derailed when things inevitably come up and distract you or, need your attention, but maybe some of them you can't even control? What is your mindset saying during those times? With belief, is your belief bulletproof about yourself and your business so that no matter what comes up, no matter what happens, that is unshakable? And action, does your daily action support your business goals? Are you doing the things you need to be doing for your business? So these are the 3 pillars that I really want you to focus on. And when you master these, you will overcome that battlefield of the mind. The fears will fall apart. They will no longer have a hold on you. So to strengthen those 3 things, I'm going to leave you with 3 actionable steps to take. Number 1, police your mind and your thoughts. You guys, negative thoughts can be turned around, but you have to pay attention. You have to be on guard looking for them. And you've got to flip them with a positive positive thought before the negative one can take root, because your brain hears what you say about yourself. And I want you to say positive belief building things about yourself. Number 2 is get the truth in between your ears. And by that, I mean like my AirPods, because I listen to Audible all the time. Personal development was a thing that really picked me up out of that negative mindset that I was really ingrained in me as a kid and changed everything for me. So I want to encourage you to get on that personal development, listen to books, but not just like go through the motions of listening to a book while you're cleaning or driving. I mean, active listening, listening with a pen and paper in hand, taking notes, re-listening to chapters, rereading the same book, and just let it actually absorb so that it can come out in your life. My favorite book personally that changed my life was The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. Someone put that in the chat. It was absolutely life-changing for me. Highly recommend. And the third thing I want to leave you with, and my very favorite, is to create a morning routine that puts a force field around your mind and around your day. Plan it and then protect it at all costs. If I don't get mine, it is not good for my business. It's not good for myself. It's not good for my family. So I'll just share with you my 4-step personal morning routine, and then you can take yours and plan it. But the first thing I do when I wake up is I listen to the Abide app. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a devotional app. You can listen to a quick devotion. They have a 2, a 5, a 10, and a 15-minute version. But I put that in my ear when I open my eyes before I even check notifications. And that's how I start my day. Key for me. Number 2, I stretch my body because I'm getting a little older. And I listen to a healing frequency on YouTube. I've just learned about these. I listen to a 528 hertz healing frequency as I just get my body stretched out. 3, I do my facial routine, a little self-care, my red light therapy. And number 4, I sit down and I drink my coffee and I do the Wordle. I don't know if you all are Wordlers, but my daughter and I do the Wordle together every day, and she's off at college, so it's a great connection point for us, and it really fills my cup. So those are mine. I would love for you all to get your morning routine, plan it, protect it, and start believing big things. Thank you all so much.
Ah, so good, Stacy. And did you guys catch that she has a daughter in college? When I first met her, I'm like, wait, aren't you like 25? She's like, no, girl. I'm like, oh my gosh. So much gold. I love that. I haven't heard of the high frequency, so I'm going to need to know all about the frequency vibes. But one of the things that I heard Stacy say was, remember, if you're at a low belief or a high belief, it's going to transfer, right? And I think a lot of times in this business, what people get caught up on is, what do I say when people ask what I'm doing, right? So you heard Stacy say she already had a thriving career. She was feeling a little like insecure because she saw the vision of this business. She heard about freedom, like Dixie mentioned, but she didn't know what to say, right? So I was with Justin Prince when he said this, and it like clicked for me. So I want to share it with you guys. As you're launching your Make Wellness business and people ask you, hey, what are you up to? Sometimes we say, oh, have you heard of peptides? There's like a bunch of them, and some are injectable and some are oral, and I have the oral ones and we're going to take them. And you want my link, right? Like, it's awkward and we don't know what to say. And it's like, no, people are like, oh, I'm good, thanks. So one of the things I heard Justin say that has been, it was like a click for me. Someone said, hey, what do you do? Or what are you up to? And he said, oh man, I'm launching a company with Bioactive Precision Peptides. We help people get fit, get lean, have more energy, and have more focus. And then like just carried on. And I was like, okay, well, that was simple, right? So I want you guys to write that down and practice, because the more you say it, guess what's going to happen? The more you believe it. Like, that's all we're doing, guys. It's not rocket science. We're going to help people to get fit, help them to get lean, have more energy, and have more focus. And the more you take the pressure off of yourself, that fear will decrease, and then that belief will increase, and you'll be able to start to transfer that to people as you share. Okay. The last thing I heard you say that was really impactful, Stacy, is I feel like a lot of us in this business, especially in the beginning, have a ton of intention. How many of you guys like wake up every day and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to recruit 300 people today. Yes, my VIP list is going to be like full. And then you like get behind the screen or somebody tells you no and you get crippled, right? And you have zero action. So what we want to do every day is shorten that gap between intention and action. All right. The people in this business who are massively successful are just people that wake up and take action every single day. Stacy kept taking action. Dixie kept taking action. No matter their feelings, they had their intention, they had their vision, and then they took action every day to get towards their goals. So good, both of you guys. Thank you so much. That was so valuable. All right. So as we close, I have two of my new favorite people in the world that I'm about to welcome. I haven't decided. So I get to meet this couple for the first time in Orlando, and I'm not sure who I'm going to tackle first. Garth is a little bigger, so he might be harder to take down, but the love and the passion that I have for this couple already, they are a wealth of knowledge. You want Garth, I can't say their last name, Garth O, in all of your circles because he knows everything about everything. And Dr. Erin is just a gold mine herself. So please help me welcome Dr. Erin and Garth O. That's what we're going to say because no one can pronounce their name.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Hi team. Hi everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Happy launching. Oh my gosh, Stacy, that was amazing. Stacy, the poster child for fear. Dixie never fails, the poster child for resilience. And Coach Kiki, the poster child for building multiple million-dollar businesses. So which of those do you want to be the poster child for, right? Like everyone says they want to be the poster child for these great qualities.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't really want the journey that it requires. Okay. So we are the poster children for faithfulness. Okay. No one wants to have be the poster child for faithfulness,
Right.
but we hope that we pour some faith into you guys today. So we joined network marketing 12 years ago in the produce section of the grocery store. My friend had asked me for 6 years if I wanted to sell skincare and protein shakes. And I said, no, I'm a psychologist. I don't sell, I help people, like they were mutually exclusive categories. And after 6 years, I was in the produce section with our daughter, Grace. And she said, Mom, can we have some berries? Can we get some berries? And I said, how much are they? And she said, they were like $2.79. And I said, no. And I started crying in the produce section. And that was the day we joined. I called my friend. I said, fine, I'll do this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. We've been in this industry for 12 years, probably about 12 companies. Okay. Okay. And it hasn't always been pretty. Has it, Garth?
It has not been pretty. No, I've seen Erin go from crying herself to sleep every last day of the month.
Oh,
Anyone had an experience with that? You're trying to close out and earn that rank and you're frantically calling, you don't get it. And she would cry herself to sleep, right? And I've seen her go from speaking on small stages to big stages. And it's been everything in between. We've won trips, we've lost trips, we've helped companies launch, we've helped companies close, we've been lied to by owners. We've been lied to by uplines. We've quit out of integrity because things just didn't fit. So you name it, we've done it. We've been there. We bought the t-shirt. In fact, literally, I just went through my closet. I've got 15 t-shirts back here that I'm getting rid of right now because I think we have found our forever place. But anyways, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
so before I share with you kind of my definition of faithfulness, my best friend this morning, she knows we're all launching and she's in Make Wellness. She has the biggest team she's ever had in like 8 years. And she says, oh my gosh, friend, you are kicking at, you know the word, you are kicking
Donkey.
ass, and you always do. And I thought, no, I do not. No, I have not. I have not always kicked ass in this business. No, I have not. And you know what? I'm proud of my faithfulness. And this is what faithfulness means to me. Faith is not knowing how it's going to happen. Faith is being the person that says, I'm going to stick around long enough to find out. I'm going to say it again. Faith isn't knowing how it's going to happen. It's being the person that says, I'm going to stick around long enough to find out. Okay. My secret power is I just don't go away. I just don't go away. And the reason is because I am obedient to the calling over my life and I am responsive to the answer. I am obedient to the call of my life. God has told me your mission is to set the captives free. And so I want you to understand your mission is going to have to pull you. You can only push yourself so far. And it's really hard to push yourself for a long, long, long time. Okay. There is no way I have been pushing myself for 12 years. My vision has pulled me to set the captives free. Also to buy and build a house in Cabo.
Yes.
The grocery
That
store
helps.
clerk at our grocery
Yes.
store, her name
Yeah.
is Ada, and
Yeah.
she's like, did you get your house in Cabo yet? Okay, everyone knows this is our mission because we are so crystal clear. You need a mission that I can wake you up at 4 a.m. and see, what's your purpose on the planet? And you'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And my friends would say, I know what Dr. Aarons is, to set the captives free. Burn it on your brain like a brain tattoo. Burn it on your brain. Okay? So faithfulness to your mission, faithfulness to the calling, faithfulness to who you're called to be on this planet, be obedient to the calling and responsive to the answer. So how big can you make your mission? How big can you make the context of your dream?
Mhm.
My dream is huge, so my faithfulness is huge. We got on a call with Justin 25 weeks ago. It was Shannon and I and Garth.
And Megan.
And then we added Megan.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then the next call, we had 5 people on, and now the company's doing pretty good at 60,000. And I'm not saying we have to do with that growth. I'm saying we made a decision and then we act. I have become a person of action. And when you have a decided heart, you act.
Mhm.
Can you just become addicted to behaving your way to success? I didn't get here because I thought my way here. Thinking's important, but it only gets you so far. When I signed up, I said, I will be a top enroller here. I didn't have the evidence. You decide your greatness and then you let the world see, not the other way around. You have to decide and then act.
Yep.
So have I always kicked ass? No, I have not. But I have always been faithful, my friends. Garth's going to leave you with one cute little story that's like such a great mantra.
Yeah, so something to keep in mind as we're going through this pre-launch into our launch in March is I was the project manager for a project here that was the last 5 miles, 5.5 miles of a vision put on a map back in 1965. And what do they do when they build stuff? They save the hardest part for the very end. So imagine 5.5 miles of a 6-lane road with 13 bridges going through wetlands, going through a critical flood zone. We split a golf course in half. We had federally protected species. We had soil containing mercury, soil containing anthrax. We had multiple finds of ancestral remains, also known as human remains. So let me tell you that this was a challenging project. And we also had public involvement with 2,000 people that showed up, and we had armed guards to keep things civil. So fun project. One of the mantras it wasn't necessarily a mantra. I didn't go into this having a mantra. It became a mantra for the team as we were going through this. But obviously we had to get a number of approvals going through this, just like with Make Wellness. There's a number of steps you've got to do. They were always asking me, where are we at with such and such? And I said, well, we've never been closer. And that became our mantra for the team to get through this project. We've never been closer. And they actually, when we got the final approval, which is actually a federal court case that we won unanimously, I got a little trophy from my colleagues that's called, I won't go into the details, but they engraved it on here of we've never been closer, Garth Oaksall. So that's what I would like to leave you with, is no matter what the challenges are, no matter what the project you have in front of you is, to feed off of what Aaron said, what is your mission? No matter what your mission is, no matter what your goal is in front of you, you have never been closer. So just keep plugging ahead. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Just keep making one decision at a time, one post at a time, one reach out at a time. That's how everyone who's spoken tonight has gotten successful. That is the one commonality amongst everyone who has any story they've told from the stage, is it was one moment at a time. You've never been closer. Go get what's yours. Thank you so much, Courtney.
Oh, I love you guys. So now you guys see why I love them so much. Thank you guys so much for sharing so much gold. You can just hear the vision, you can hear the mission, you can hear the excitement. And we've never been closer, you guys. We are at the beginning, but we are one step, one day, one multi-million-dollar day closer to our dreams and making this incredible dream a reality of Make Wellness. So I'll leave you guys with this. We are having our first team in-person event in Orlando, Florida. We were able to expand ticket sales. You guys, we're already at like 800. Okay, this event is going to be massive. Justin's going to be there. Our corporate team's going to be there. I'm going to be there. The Kempers, the Viney, Garth and Aaron, and all of the leaders that you heard from tonight. And so if there is a will, there is a way. We want to invite you to be with us in person. We want to hug your necks. We want to pour into you. We want to serve, love, and lavish you. And so you can check your team pages for all the details in Orlando. Thanks so much for showing up, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday for our family meeting. Love you guys. Have a beautiful week, and let's go make some magic happen together.